This next guy is a real treat. You know him, you love him, you gave him your money. He's the producer of the show. Good buddy of mine, Don Young, everybody!
Alright, thanks for coming. Appreciate all of you, really. Like Adam, I also don't drink anymore. It's been about like 9 months.
Alright.
It's led me to a very bittersweet epiphany, though. Turns out that drugs and alcohol haven't been holding me back. I just don't have any ambition. I just turned 35. I found out life's too long. Now I got a clear head to do nothing with. In my 20s, I used to smoke weed all the time. Smoking weed gives you the illusion that you're doing something. Now that I'm in my 30s, it makes me painfully aware that I'm not doing anything. I used to be very undiscerning when it came to my drug use. I would draw the line with aluminum in my deodorant, though. I was rinsing off my strawberries also. I'm on a bit of a health kick, going to the gym as often as possible. I love running and calisthenics, because I'd like to be able to cowardly parkour away from an active shooter. My two other favorite hobbies are arguing and complaining. Most of all, I like to argue that I'm not complaining. It's kind of hard to find hobbies when you just don't care. Sometimes I worry I'll never be able to care again, but even that, I'm not too concerned about. There was a time in my life I was looking for structure, so I thought about joining the military, going non-violent. Consider the Coast Guard, but the water's too cold. Settled on dating teachers. Invariably, I exhaust their patience and they break up with me. I'm not sure if that's an indictment on me or their inability to teach. Didn't learn anything.
You know what? I can't.
They say that best revenge is a life well lived. It's too bad because I don't know how to take care of myself. I mean, I understand the concept, I just choose not to do it. It's like I understand how a sandwich is made, but at the end of the day, I'm just stuffing ingredients into my mouth. But don't worry about me. I'm married now. I have a wife to do a bunch of stuff I don't care about it. First and foremost, get sober. Not my idea. Rarely is. We also got scuba certified. Okay. I'm surprised I'm married. I don't wear my wedding ring because I don't like to disappoint strangers. I'm always thinking about other people. I'm very generous. I give you the shirt off of my back, but it comes with a wall-sized photo of me wearing that shirt. So you don't forget where that shirt came from. I don't believe in being an unsung hero. Right? Like everything I do is for praise and recognition. You know, like recently my life has become refilling the humidifier. Sometimes my wife doesn't notice, so I just gotta bring it up naturally. Like 35% relative humidity. You're living comfortably. A lot of people, they ask me how's married life. It's a very banal question. Short answer is just legally complicated for my wife to leave me. The threshold of malfeasance is quite high. Whenever my wife gets upset, though, I gotta buy her flowers. And she's never bought me flowers once. I like flowers. So what I started doing is I buy flowers for myself, and she's free to look at them. But I buy flowers. My wife gets upset the most, probably, and I always call her you. I don't use her name enough. There's only two of us here, you know? Who else would I be talking to? I think names are overrated. It should be should be obviously apparent if I'm addressing you. It's rude to gossip. I hate gossip because I find it so boring. have a hard enough time feigning interest in the person I'm talking to directly. Not introduce more characters into this conversation. But it's like in doing the show, I've like invited most of you. Like I'm boots on the ground and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've endured so many bullshit conversations in these last couple days. Not with any of you, with the people who didn't come.
No, definitely not. No.
And it's just like, people don't understand when you understand. Like, I get it. No need, like, let's move on to the next point. They're like, last night, somebody would tell me he knows how to read runes, like Norse runes. Like, he understands the symbols, but he doesn't know what they mean. And he explained for 10 minutes to me. And he was like, can I use your notebook? I can write something. What is this conversation? But I listened. I was like, oh, maybe they'll come to the show. You know, like 10 minutes for 10 minutes.
There you go.
Whenever I leave the house, my wife is always like, hey, you should say hi for me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not even going to say hi myself. You know? In fact, if you hear Jan says hi, don't believe that person. I would never do that. Except no substitute for the real thing. I have a hard time like understanding whether I'm awkward or I'm unfriendly. Like, the more people I meet, though, the unfriendlier I become. It's hard. It's hard to tell how long-winded somebody's going to be. I think the best question is, how are you, right? Because if they answer anything besides I'm good, it's going to be a problem. How are you is not an invitation to like tell me every tragedy that's led up to this moment.
Exactly.
How are you is a rhetorical question, like who do you think you are? What's wrong with you? How did you get in here? I want everybody to have a good life. I just don't want to be a part of it. You have my blessing.
Yeah.
I'm very empathetic to the plight of women, actually.
Thank you.
Constantly being approached by guys I don't want to talk to. The one exception I'll make is if somebody gives me a compliment, then I'll stay in that conversation long enough to realize that they have bad taste. But I love being married. My wife rules.
Yeah.
She rules my life, actually. I'm only allowed to do stand-up when she's present and watching for posterity's sake, obviously. I'm a very pragmatically romantic person. I got married because I was tired of being the only person at home to criticize. She didn't change her last name. It's too much paperwork involved. People are so willing to get divorced. And her parents are dead, which is like certainly sad, but for me it means no in-laws. I always get annoyed by the PDA. It's people doing anything. I was at a restaurant with my wife recently, and this guy was eating with an overhand grip. And first I gave him the benefit of that, like maybe he's got motor skill impairments, right? But I watched him for half an hour. That's not the case. My wife was getting annoyed. She's like, who cares about this guy? You're at dinner with me. With things like watching The Stranger, that's an ephemeral moment. I have the rest of my life to criticize the way my wife eats. Since I'm like so hyper aware into what everybody's doing, I'm assuming that they're doing the same for me. Except I do everything well. So if I'm at eating sushi or something, I'm just waiting for this waiter to come up to me and be like, I love that chopstick technique. I'm what you call a self-loathing narcissist. I hate myself, but I'm better than you. But back to the people being too long-winded. I saw recently this guy with a black eye. I was like, how did this guy get it? But it's like, you know somebody with a black eye talks too much. So. I was at my friend's house also recently. He had all these crystals everywhere. quartz, an amethyst, a third crystal. As I was leaving, you just asked me, like, how come you didn't ask me about the crystals? Didn't you notice the crystals? I absolutely noticed the crystals. Crystals were the only thing that I noticed. I'm just not trying to have this conversation with somebody who has so many goddamn crystals. But I'm a lot of things to a lot of people. To my parents, I'm a disappointment. To my friends, I'm unreliable. To my wife, I'm emotionally unavailable. Strangers think I'm pretty cool. At the end of the day, I value their opinion more than that of my friends and family. Thank you.